Aloha, surf skaters. I just got a new board in the mail. It's like 8:30 at night here. I'm sweating bullets in my garage. It's so hot still. But I got a new board. It came in the mail. And I'm going to swap out my 10.5-inch Grosso deck for a crooked Mark Gonzalez that's 8.88 wide. So I'm going to size down a bit and go narrower and see how that helps with the surf skating. When I was a kid, I think I rode around 7.75 or 7.5-inch deck. I'm hoping 8.88 is not going to be too narrow. I'm hoping it will help alleviate some of the stress caused when I'm doing ollies with such a heavy board. Because it's pretty taxing getting a heavy board off the ground ollie after ollie. So I'm hoping I'll just be able to snap this thing up with the loss of weight and add in ollies more readily to my surf skating. So let's take a look. So here I got the Grosso 1986 10.5-inch beast that I've been surf skating on, trying to up my surf skate game. And here I have the crooked Gonzalez. I still kind of went with a old school shaped nose. Just did my first grip job for the first time in probably 1999 maybe was the last time I gripped the board. I'm guessing somewhere around there, maybe 2000. But yeah, so it came out all right. That was kind of cool doing a grip job after all those years. Kind of reminded me of what it was like to be a kid, but I'm going to take these trucks off because Carver's out. Otherwise, I would just buy another pair and then have a whole nother setup. And I'm going to swap these wheels out and put them onto another board. And I'm going to put on a smaller wheel, this slime ball, since I really like the slime ball that I put on my Yow at a 66 millimeter. I'm going to drop down to 60 millimeter and a smaller board to try to lighten up the whole setup a bit. So I'm going to put that together and let's see how it goes. So since one of you asked me a question about this, I thought I just pointed out, Carver sends these riser pads in a kit with the C7 truck, and they look like 2/4-inch pads, and you can separate them if you want to have less rise. I think on a surf skate you're going to need to have both of the pads on so that you have wheel clearance and don't get wheel bite, since you're moving this truck around so heavily with your weight side to side. Otherwise you're going to probably bite out over here and here. Beep, beep. So anyway, just to answer some questions that I saw you guys comment on. So there it is, set up. It reminds me of, is this one not spinning good? Let's loosen that up. It reminds me of like what we called the Hessian skaters back in the day who rode the super high risers. The big trucks, wider than their boards. We'll see how it rolls. Downsize the wheels to these slimies. 83A, 60 millimeters from the 65 millimeter conical globe 83A. So same hardness, but 5 millimeters smaller. It's gonna have a snappier, poppier board to play around on. It'll be lighter, so heavier, less heavy to get off the ground. Yeah, see how it goes. I don't think you could go smaller than an 8.88 width on a deck, though, if you're going to run these Carver C7s. Probably better off sticking with a 9-inch and keeping it around there. I hate to think that I'm retiring the Grosso deck because it kind of reminds me of the hoverboard from Back to the Future. It's a real solid setup for a surf skate, so I think I'm just going to have to get another C7 truck so that I can have an extra setup instead of just retiring the deck. Because I still have the wheels, so if I get another set of bearings, I can throw these Globe 66 millimeter 83As back on. And I'm still working on this here. I've got one set of thrust bearings came in from Amazon, but they were the 51100s, the smaller ones, which I already have. That one's not broken. It was my 51101 that broke, the bigger one. But just for you guys who saw the last video, this thrust bearing set that they sell on Amazon for $6, the one that Yow sells for $26, comes in twos. Just so you know, you get two for $6. So I'm waiting on the 51101 so I can fix this up and get this Yow back in action. This Pizel Yow Ghost. It's been out of commission for a little minute here because of this broken thrust bearing. And then I got the setup ready for tomorrow because I've got a rail ding I gotta fix with some UV resin. I got a little crack here in my rail. Last kid swell, I smashed up both my rails pretty good, so Gotta get that fixed tomorrow. So a lot of board play lately. But hopefully I'll be back in action and don't have to retire the Grosso. Get another set of trucks and put it back together. But I'm excited to see how it all runs.